Welcome to our webinar. Today we're going to cover the ability to automate your Macola using the WiSys Agility Explorer tools. I'm going to show you a number of different applications today and how they can help automate and streamline some of the things you do in Macola. You can pick and choose which ones might be right for you. We're going to take a look at Agility Explorer for the desktop, Agility Web Explorer for the browser. And then in the series part 2, Don Beer is going to open up and use the design tools and take a look at how we can create things for the desktop and the browser and publish them without doing any programming. We're also going to create some KPIs and analytics to show you how that can integrate with Macola also. So the first thing we want to take a look at is Agility Explorer on the desktop. So just to do a little orientation, on the left here, we have a menu system of components. You can see there are different groups that these things are in. This is the OE group. I clicked on this one and it opened up this component right here. Each of these components can be granted individually to a user, or you can use a role to deliver a group of components. When you look at a grid, it looks very much like Excel. You can filter by typing in this top row. You can grab and move things around. You can also right mouse and add more fields to your view. This is the order header information, and you can see these are the order lines down below. So whatever information you want on your screen, you can create it. You can see that I've saved Bob's special view here. So once you start with the generic, you can then have a default, and then you can have many saved layouts of what you want to look at. You might have a layout to look at just orders for this week. You might have a layout for looking at one customer, maybe a layout just looking at UPS or FedEx orders. On you goes. So, and there's some color coding here to tell you, what's late, what's early, things like that. The next component we're going to discuss is the Web Explorer. It looks very much like the desktop application. It's got a little bit bigger orientation on the screen, fits well on a tablet. Again, we have a menu system over here of things we can choose from. Under the OE options, I've opened the OE order status. Again, you can filter, you can move these around, and you can add more fields to your view, and then you can save that layout. All these layouts, by the way, you can just export to Excel if you need to. So this is the Web Explorer. You can see that's a hyperlink right here. If you've updated your Macola to version 10, then you can add these components directly to your M10 menu. So you may have custom workspaces, you may have SSRS reports. You can easily add WiSys components to this environment. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a little bit. And finally, if you wanted to download a container for Agility off of the Play Store menu or the Apple Store, you can add these components to your phone and then you can run them here. Again, you could have OE mobile status and you can look at your orders and review shipments and all these different kind of things right on a small screen or a tablet. Some facts: the Agility applications are going to work with Progression, ES, and Macola 10. And if you've been on Progression for a long time and you like it, it's customized, you don't really have a need to change, you can still add our modern user interface and work with your Progression information and just leave things the way they are and just add WiSys. Same is true for ES and Macola 10. It's the same product. If you add it with Progression and then you upgrade to Macola 10 later, you'll just get a new contract from WiSys and you'll be able to reinstall and go forward. No big deal. So why might you like Agility? What can you do with it? Well, Agility is a very easy user interface, a lot like Excel, as I mentioned. It's fast. It works with lots of data in memory, so you can sort it, filter it quickly. If you work with a process grid, it's a grid like an Excel grid, but you can click checkboxes and execute transactions for an individual order or a batch of orders. And it's actionable. Agility grids not just are information to review, but you can actually take action and do transactions. There are many different tools available for Macola. Most of them are just read-only. WiSys actually supports transactions. So you can actually do a PO receipt right in a grid. It's graphical. You can use KPIs and dashboards. Those are fun to build. And it's got a drag and drop interface for reporting. So you just do a SQL layout and you can drag and drop as much information as you want to put together in your view. Pretty easy stuff. You can do subtotals and totals and things like that. And once you get good, you can start using the design tools yourself and you can build your own stuff. That's the power behind Agility. So let's take a look at some of the components that we're going to look at today.